Hi there, my name is Carla Alvarez. I'm from the group 105 and this is my biology project. What is science? One goal in science is to provide natural explanations for events in a natural world. Science also aims to use those explanations to understand patterns in nature and to make useful predictions about natural events. Science is a process, not a thing. The word science also refers to the body of knowledge that scientists have gathered over the years. Science only deals with the natural world. Scientists collect and organize information in an orderly way, looking for patterns and connections among events. Scientists also propose explanations that are based on evidence, not belief. Aristotle and other Greek philosophers were the first to try to view the universe in this way, with the universal natural laws, where they were applied whether objects or events were large or small. These universal laws said that all objects in the universe and all interactions among them are governed by these universal laws. With scientific knowledge, we cure diseases, also place satellites in orbit, finally send instantaneous electronic communication. Scientists approach research by scientific methodology. This involves observing and asking questions, making inferences and forming a hypothesis, designing controlled experiments, collecting and analyzing data, and finally drawing conclusions. In a controlled experiment, the independent variable is the manipulated variable. This is the one that is deliberately changed. And the dependent variable is the responding variable. It's the one that is observed, and it's the one that changes in response to the independent variable. Scientific methodology is closely linked to exploration and discovery inspired by the scientific attitude. Curiosity is to question everything. Skepticism is not accepting without evidence. Open-mindedness is willing to accept new ideas, and creativity is to design the experiments. These ideas are for scientific investigations that arise from the practical problems. Communicating the new ideas are vital to modern science. Peer review is very important. Peer review is the scientific papers are reviewed by anonymous independent experts. Publishing peer-reviewed articles in scientific journals allow researchers to share ideas to test and evaluate each other's work. Most scientists use the metric system when collecting data and performing experiments. They all use the SI, the International System of Units. A scientific theory is used in science and in everyday life. A scientific theory is a useful theory that has been thoroughly tested and supported by many lines of evidence. This may become the dominant view of the majority of scientists, but no theory is considered the absolute truth. Bias can be affected by the way science is applied in society. Science aims to be objective, but scientists are humans too. Science will keep changing as long as humans keep wondering about nature. Understanding science will help you make complex decisions. The main characteristics of living things is that they are made up of cells. Also, that they are based on a universal genetic code called DNA. They obtain and use materials and energy with metabolism. They also grow and develop. They reproduce by asexual or sexual reproduction. They respond to the environment with the stimulus. They also maintain a stable internal homeostasis and they also need to change over time, meaning that they need to evolve. The central themes are the big ideas in biology. All biological sciences are tied together by themes and methods of study that cut across disciplines. These big ideas overlap and interlock all the way to your book. The study of biology revolves around several interlocking big ideas. These ideas being: in science as a way of knowing, it's where science is not a list of facts. Scientific knowledge is used for the benefit of society. In interdependence in nature, it says that all forms of life on Earth are connected into a biosphere, that we are a living planet, and that human life depends directly on nature. In matter and energy, we can observe how life requires matter that serve as nutrients to build body structures and energy that fuels life processes. The cellular basis of life tells us that most living things are unicellular, that we're made up of cells, and that plants and animals are multicellular also. In information and heredity, this says that we are based on a universal genetic code called DNA. This forms an unbroken chain that your cells right now can influence on your future DNAs. In unity and diversity of life tells us that life takes an unbelievable variety of forms, and that all organisms are a form of carbon set of carbon-based molecules. In evolution, it tells us that evolutionary changes link all forms of life to a common origin more than 3.5 billion years ago. Structure and function says that a collection of structures that make particular functions possible. Homeostasis says that we all have to have a relatively stable internal environment, and that the breakdown of this may have fatal consequences. Biology includes many overlapping fields that use different tools to study life, from the level of molecules to the entire world. Global ecology studies global impact which affects life on Earth, aided by satellite technology and supercomputers. Biotechnology is based on the ability to edit and rewrite the genetic code. Building the tree of life wants to combine and organize all living things into a single universal tree of life. Ecology and evolution of infectious diseases says that organisms that cause human disease have their own ecology, and that these disease-causing organisms engage in an evolutionary arms race with humans that creates constant challenges to public health. Genomics and molecular biology focuses on studies of DNA and other molecules inside cells. Molecular revolution of the 1980s created genomics. Always follow your teacher's instructions.